In honor of Women's History Month, we're honoring trailblazers and history makers who've made a big impact here in Arizona. And former Republican Governor Jan Brewer is one of them. She served as the 22nd governor of Arizona in January 2009 after then Governor Janet Napolitano resigned to be the U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security. Brewer served as governor until 2015, and during her term, some of her most notable actions: signing into law one of Arizona's toughest immigration bills, SB 1070, reversing Arizona's deficit of about $3 billion, signing the largest expansion of Arizona's Medicaid program, publishing her book, Scorpions for Breakfast, and who could forget her famous finger wag with former President Barack Obama, seen around the world. And Jan Brewer joins me now. We are so thankful that you made it here safe and sound.
Well,
I know traffic was a bear, so
I am so honored to be here.
Oh, it's so great to have you.
Thank you so much for having me
You're
on.
always welcome here. All right. Looking back, obviously, your resume is long, but what are you most proud of?
That's hard to say with the lifetime career that I've had, I think one of the things that I'm really proud of, a personal thing, is something that I started when I was in the House of Representatives, and it was Arnold versus Sarn. And that baby kept going and going, and it affected mental health. And so I got involved in that very heavily, and I kept protecting it all the way that we went, because our mental health people were not getting the treatment they got, so we got sued. So I was very protective of them in the state hospital. And then when I became governor, I was able to settle it. After all those years, 30-some years later, I was there to sign off with Arnold, Chuck Arnold, that it was the defendant in it. And so we did that. But, as governor, I have a lot of good memories. A few of them were mentioned, but certainly, balancing the worst budget that we ever had in the history of the state of Arizona was a big deal. Another thing that was I was proud of for the economy during that time is establishing the Commerce Authority, a quasi-public-private partnership, which really brought a lot of businesses and established a lot of businesses coming forth that are still reaping those rewards today. So,
what do you miss most
about being in office?
Yeah.
The people, probably. You build
and serving the people. Yeah.
The bonds, and that you can make things happen. You can change things if you put your mind to it. And it's a bond. It's like it's a real bond that you form with people that you work with on both sides of the aisle. You know.
I bet, because obviously, it's a very hard thing to do, to get things passed and obviously work with both sides. It's still obviously an ongoing thing right now. Speaking of which, what do you think about President Trump's actions so far?
Since he's been reelected?
Yes.
Well, I think that he has done some really good things, and some things I don't understand. So I think it's more of a wait and see situation of how it's going to all turn out. But, everybody's clapping their hands about some of the things that he's doing, and a lot of people are concerned again. And certainly for the people that might lose their jobs or have already lost their jobs, they're very concerned.
Yeah. When it comes to Arizona politics, though, we know that so far Congressman Andy Biggs, he's entered his name in the hat to be Arizona's next governor when elections come around next year, as well as Karen Taylor Robeson. What are your thoughts on who should lead Arizona next, and what do you want to see done?
Well, I want somebody with a real strong background, that they understand what's going on. I want somebody that's a truth teller. I want it to be somebody that's going to be honest with the people, and somebody that can relate to everybody and show up and be a truth teller.
Do you think you see that right now with the candidates who have officially entered?
I think that I have talked to both of them, and of course, I'm supporting Karen Taylor Robeson. I'm the co-chair of her campaign. I think that she would serve us well. Very well. I talked to Andy Biggs. I have a good relationship with him, and I told him, I said, it's really tough, Andy, when you've got friends running against one another in the legislature, running against each other for the governorship. I just hope that we talk about policy above board, and that we don't get down and start name-calling and playing mean politics. People don't want it. They don't like that.
Yeah. When we talk about Women's History Month, we think of, again, strong female leaders who have really paved the path for so many others. And, during your time, again, you've done a lot. But what was it like? We always hear about, the glass ceiling for women, right? And for you to break those ceilings during your journey, what was the climb like for you?
Well, I think Arizona's always been very, very good to women candidates. And certainly we have a big history of some really strong women, people that were in the legislature before I ran. I had some great mentors. It, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I don't know, when I went into the legislature, it was still a boys' game.
Right.
It was a boys' game. We couldn't just say something and make it fact. We had to show the we had to show the stats and the proof and the,
Right.
and really push it hard.
Work twice as hard.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
but it eventually got better and better. And by the time I reached the governor's office, Arizona, we had women for governors and lots of women in the legislature. When I ran for the legislature, we had the most women in the whole country.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Arizona
28
leading the
of them.
most with female governors.
Yeah.
That, applause in and of itself
Yeah.
right there.
And we have people like, that are just amazing people
Yeah.
that serve, that were mentors on both sides of the aisle. So.
And looking back, what would you say were some of the best lessons that you learned along the way?
Well, to be sure you know what you're talking about when you're presenting it. Don't try to be smarter than the people that are around you, because it's not going to pay off. Be very respectful to the people that are testifying. I had a hard lesson one time, unknowingly. I did something and it was bad, but it turned me all around. Those are the kinds of things. And to know who you're hanging out with, and to pick your people.
Yeah. Pick your allies,
Yes.
pick your supporters,
Yeah, just
be wise
supporters.
about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Before I let you go, what are you doing nowadays?
Well, I'm busy. I'm still doing. I'm still working.
Yeah?
I'm working
Doing
for
what?
Some consulting companies
Okay.
for democracy, and
Yeah.
I work for Defend Democracy Project, and then Right Count, 2 different places, and then Echo Consulting.
Yeah. Doing some traveling on the side.
I'm
I think the last
trying.
time you were
I'm
here,
trying.
weren't you on your way to Greece or something
Yes,
like that?
I was. Oh,
Yeah.
that was wonderful too. It was great,
Yeah.
So I kind of can do vacations, and I can kind of work a little, and I
Right.
can garden.
Yeah. Are you
it's
still
getting
walking
garden
the
time.
malls?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm a mall rat.
That's great. You got to stay healthy
Yes.
and active and
Yes.
sharp.
Yes.
Yeah, just incredible. Jan, it is so wonderful to have you.
Oh, it's wonderful
We thank
to be
you
here
so
with
much.
you.
I know
Thank
it's a
you.
lot to bring you down here with the
Oh,
traffic and everything
no,
like that,
no,
but
it's my honor,
we're
my
grateful for
honor.
you, and
Thank
thank you.
you.
You're always welcome here, so come back.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, Chris, we'll toss it over to you.
You're going to be wanting to walk in the mall when I have to show you this.